Good morning, traders. Welcome to our daily webinar. This is the second part. The Forex part is out. We're going to do the stocks and indices and the Bitcoin in one. They have cryptos in one. It's a bit. I saw Bitcoin on top. That's why. So let's go. I'll start with this copper. Silver and gold is in the Forex section in case you want to see that. Copper. So if you got the buy on copper here last week, that's a break-even trade. It didn't go. You take it off. We're still looking for a buy, which means all you're going to have is a bigger consolidation here now. It's not, I wouldn't put this here as yet. I'll wait for this consolidation and they'll go for that trade. So this week there'll probably be a consolidation here, a trade up and then downside, because this consolidation will finish at the top there. That'd be the downside. So I think we can wait for this trade this week. We'll get it. You'll probably wait for a consolidation more, not just a small flag, but a consolidation. Oil is consolidating, and that is good. Every time you get this consolidation in the lower part of it, you're looking for downside. So can we stay in here some more? I think it's possible depending on what pattern develops. On a lower time frame, if you don't do that. On a lower time frame, if you look into this, you might get shorter trades in here. If you get a flag here, come back to the low. One of this will break out. It could go back up. You look for a sell again from the top. Every time you get a sell from the top, there is a good idea. Can this actually go up much higher? Well, there's a rare chance that this could go higher. We'd look at this as the lower pullback, a flag, go, pull back. They could do a certain, do a running flat or something like that. The buy into it you can take, but you have to be very careful. So if this becomes a flag, if this becomes a flat here for a buy, you can take the trade, but you have to be careful because you're buying inside of a correction, right? This becomes more of a correction. You're buying inside of this correction for the upside, right? That is a possibility you'll be looking at. So if it becomes a flag at the top there and you get a buy, you can take the trade. Just make sure it's one impulse up and you take profit. Same for the UK. Same thing, right? If this comes back here and start to go up like that, you can look at a possible running flat. This one is not very corrective, but it's possible they can make something like that, come here and then drop. Just wait for the patterns to develop. If you see flags anywhere and there's a risk to reward within that flag, you can take the trade. It's worth taking. Natural gas. Okay, well, if they consolidate to the top here now, you can go with one impulse up. Just one impulse up because it's going up, but you have to be careful. See, this went up, went up, went up. You could probably do one more of this, then come down. I still think they will probably break this low before they go back up. Right, because this is much bigger than this to look for a running flat. We will either go with this as a standalone or with something like this. Something we would look at a different pattern because this is likely going to come here and then go. So if you take this trade, it might just be a small push up and then start to come up. So I'll be very careful of the buy there. You can clearly see this is going to be a buy setup. I think it's crystal clear. The only problem is it going to go out now? Or do we come here and come back down one more and then go? That's the only question you'd have. Is this going to extend into a bigger one or is it go now? Well, you could put an entry order above this. That's one option. Second option, look for a better trade in here. Or very likely, I think, because this has a lot of consolidation in it, we might come back here and then look for the trade to the upside. But it's a correction for upside. This is pretty clear right now. You can see that structurally, it's a correction for upside. How you want to get in it is going to be based on your strategy. This one is already going. So this was a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 set, 1, 2, 3 set. Actually, my traders got that because when they took this trade, we said, watch it. And you're looking for a buy. I think from here was a buy. That might have been a break-even trade here for another buy setup you're getting. All right, you're consolidating. Let's go into 1 hour. This 1, 2, 3. This was the sell. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 up, you get a flat here. I think this was a buy. That might have been a break even. You're getting another buy setup there. Right, that's a buy setup on it. On a 1 hour, that's a perfect flag for a buy. It can become a flat. You'll just have to manage your way out of it if it goes to the top and don't break out. But I think it's likely you might get a very fast move up like that. If it doesn't go very fast, we know how to get out of trades like that and how to go for the next. It's still right. If this starts to consolidate here and end up going like this, then they'll probably come back here and then go. If it takes off, you're in the trade. If it does this, you know how to get out of that trade, right? You actually understand the patterns. S&P 500, upside. Now, this one came up all the way to the top. we would either look at this piece here as a contracting flat. That's one option we went with, or it could still be an expanding flat. Both of those are still open possibilities. So a lot depends on what you get here, right? If we end up with a flat here, which means this consolidate here more and then go, that's a buy. By New York session, we will know that. If this makes a flag at the bottom here, which means if they stay at the bottom here, we look for a sell. We look for a sell on this one. So a lot depends on what happens at the top here for the trade. If you really think it's going to take off, put an entry order above the top, you will know. Right? If they're going to take off like a rocket, put an entry order above the top. And if it takes off like a rocket, congratulations. Right? This is all the correction. We will go with this as all the correction and total upside. Right? That is possible. I can actually see that happening. Next, that was a buy. That was clear. You're getting another buy setup because you're getting another correction here. See that? You probably already have it there. So an entry order here for that trade is a good one. AU200. Bingo. Right? Remember what I said when it was here and when it's here and it's here? You're coming to tag the top and then you're going to expect it to come down. The magic works. Here's what you're going to look for. If you get this, go for the sell. The sell could actually either come back here and go again or break out totally. So you really want the sell. Now it's not going to go very far. It's probably just going to do this, come break the low and then go back up. Why we think it's going to go back up? Because in the bigger picture, there's one more up move before they go down. Right? We have a big weekly running flat and we haven't broken the top of it. See that? This is a big weekly running flat, the most common pattern you're going to find in the market. There's absolutely no question about that. And very likely, they don't have to break that up, but very likely they will break it. So what they're making at the top, there is a flat for the upside. What we are trading is a weekly flat. On the 4-hour, you can see that we have two parts of that weekly flat completing. Well, at least one part completed. The second part is completing itself, hopefully. Now, can this be the one that goes up? Well, this didn't break the low, so I'm a bit cautious about that being the one that goes up. But this can be the one if you get this to come down here and then go up. That would be a perfect flat pattern for upside. So how do you trade it? Simple. Go here, wait for a flag, and then sell it. If you get a flag, we sell. If they go back up to the top there, you know what to do. Wait for a flat and then buy it. Right? It's all about how the transactions are going to fill. Just give my whole group a lecture on that. Transactions and how they're going to fill. We will see the pattern that develops, and then we will take the trade. Right now, the most possible trade is coming down. That's the trade with the highest probability. So if we get this here, we're looking for that trade down and then the upside. Nifty. Okay, it's not going down, but I think we could have more downside. If this comes here and we look at that as a possible flat, then we might get one more down. We're kind of in a big consolidation. I'll prefer getting a buy setup here. If we get a buy setup, we'll take the trade to the upside. If you get a flag here, take it to the upside. Even if the flag just breaks this top, right? If it just breaks that up and come back, you will get a break-even trade. But if they come all the way to this top, you can take profit. And if they break out, better yet for you, right? So you're looking for the buy. This is the top of this there, and we can go back there pretty easy. I could see them going back to the top there. Tesla, buy setup, very easy. Amazon, buy setup. SLR, but sell. Sorry, this is a short-term sell forming here. They'll probably come here, but we might go back up. But you can go with the sell and then see how far it goes, because we are correcting back to the top of the trend line and then downside, right? We're in a downtrend and we're just correcting back up. Right? It's just a correction up. So I could see this dropping pretty deep, even if they're going to go back up and then come. I could see that possibility. See this one? Coming back here, then go. Coming back here, then go. Make a flat and then drop. So this should come back deep. The sell is a very good idea here. And you have a flat for a sell in the 1 hour, right? You have a flat forming right now for a sell. So Oh, don't do that. Take that off. Come on. I'm looking at this trade. See? BA Finance. Okay, you might be looking for the buy. Look for a buy setup at least back to that top and see whether they break out or if they come back down. Because you're going sideways. Reliance. I don't think you want the buy so much, but I expect this to come back here and then we come down. If you can manage a trade like that and it actually works out exactly that way, it would be good. But better to let it go up and then look for the sell. You have a flag here in the 1 hour for the buy. A small flag, but this could end up going. You see the small flag, how they went? It just took off. So you can get the same thing here and then the downside. Okay, let's go Bitcoin. You're going up now. There's a buy setup forming here. See that? Wait for the breakout because this looks like a flat. So this might still give you one more down. Right? If that takes off, that's a buy setup. Watch it at the top here. As you get to that top, you watch it very carefully what happens there. Because it might not break out. You got a sharp wave here. You're getting a sharp wave here. So when it breaks that top, there's a chance they can work their way back down to the bottom here. You can take the trade if you want. See whether it breaks out. If you're lucky they break out, I don't see the possibility of them breaking out. There's a good chance for one more down. And then they break out. So it's up to you if you trade Bitcoin and if you want to go for this trade. If you're lucky, they do that. If you're not so lucky, they come here and then come back down here and then go. That would be a bigger, better flat pattern. XRP. Okay, so we're getting a consolidation here. And let's see what this is just a consolidation. You're getting a flat here. This should come back a little here and then go. Something like this. All right, it's making a big consolidation there. Maybe we wouldn't go today. Maybe tomorrow we get that up move. All right, so we've got a 1, 2, 3, and we're looking for one more up. Now, remember, this one more up might or might not be the running flat pattern, part of it, right? Because either this is a correction of its own coming back to here and then downside, or we go break the top and then we look at it as a correction of the entire piece, right, before they come down. But there is an up move here today. I don't know how much you need spread and how much distance you need to go to get profit, but this is a trade. They can come back here even, but then they're going to go. I could see the downside a little, but not tradable downside. Let it come down back a little, then look for the buy. .USD, perfect. You've got a buy here. And that could go out. It could totally go out of the system because you have 1, you have 2, you have 3. We didn't break the low, but that's okay. You do have contracting flats. So this could take off. If it doesn't take off, then they will probably just do something like this and come back down. Right? Then maybe they're going to even pull deeper before they go. If they pull deeper, then we will not go up. But if they go from now, if they break out of this structure, you can take the trade. That's almost total upside. Link USD, same thing. This one again didn't come back to the low. So I'll be careful of this going out totally. I could see this coming here. Maybe we get a running flat somewhere and then come back to the low. Right? It doesn't look like total upside because we haven't come back to this low as yet. So which means we still haven't got that low here. This one, this impulse down. We're still trading within the B part, the corrective part. But there's a buy setup here for the upside. At least something like this. See that? One impulse, take profit. See this one? One impulse, take profit. Maybe you get one impulse up and then they start to come down. ETH, okay, so it looks like we're trying to make this a flat rather than a down move. Make a flat into this, get a move up there, break the top, and then come back down. Let's see in the bigger picture what that makes. Yeah, that's possible. So come here. Let's put this there so you're aware of that pattern there. I'll be very careful with this. It's going sharp. So it's a buy setup you can go with. And when it comes to the top, see whether they break out. Or if they stop somewhere here and start to go back down. That would be a break-even trade. If it does. Basically, it could do both. It's starting to look more like a correction for upside. This is sharper. This looks much sharper. See that? This one here. start to look much sharper. So, this would be a sharp one. They come here, they go there, we come back here, make a big running flat, and then upside. So there's a short trade to get there, but I don't think it's the one that will take off, depending on how we would look at that running flat. So you can take all of these out now. They're irrelevant today. That was a breakout in that piece. And let's see, I think we might be making a big running flat in this, a 4-hour running flat. If this goes out, then it's likely going to go out to the top. They break this top. Then you will have 1, 2, 3 in the middle of this. So at some point, this would come back here to give you a running flat, and then the upside. This trade is worth taking. We don't know how big the running flat, how long drawn out that running flat will be. So the buy setup here is a good one. Dash. Okay, it's going to come back here at least to this level. There was a buy setup there already going. You're looking at it to come back here and then downside. There's a buy setup again here. Probably get one more upside. We still have this. I don't think it belongs to this. That is possible, or it belongs to this one. Go for this buy, because this might belong to that already. Okay, if you're putting an entry order in the pound New Zealand, you have to keep a bigger stop, but because of flag, it's no longer a flag. It is more of a correction, Michael. So let's see. If we put the entry order, not a bad idea, but keep a bigger stop just in case they come back down once more. If they go, good. If we get a flag, we'll take the flag. If you take it now when it makes a flag, we'll still take the flag after. Close it and take the flag. LTC, it's already going. If you should be in this trade already, because we identified this move up last week, and this is already going. Watch it at this level because they can come back down, right? We look at the pattern and we have this sharp one. We don't have anything to go with it. We have this move up. We have this one here. This one probably come here, and then we look for this down. We got that, and then we're looking for upside. All right, so let's see if we get it. It's going already, so you should be in that trade. If not, wait for another flag. Don't jump in. Why do I have PayPal holding in the middle of this? It should not be here. I think somebody asked me with PayPal, and I decided I'm going to put it on. Let me put it here. Yep, sorry. Somebody asked me to add PayPal on, and I just added, but I put it to the wrong place. So it should be the top there. By the way, PayPal is a good one for you to look at. I think this is going to come up here. It's interesting. I think over the weekend, last week, somebody had asked me, and I checked it out, and I said, yeah, this should be a good one. Then downside. Actually, it's very nice. They'll come up here, and then you can look for the sell. Wait to short it. If you don't get that piece, wait to short it. And let's go. Sorry about that. LTC. Oh, this one you should buy already. We look at that. And ADA. So I think we stay out of this one. I could see the possibility of this dropping a little, but it's not quite clear how far. They might just do like this and then go back. Repeat this, pretty much the same thing. Repeat that thing and go back up. So it's useless. It's not that much movement for you to trade, right? So I promise people I can add one more or two more cryptocurrencies. Now, a lot of people have made suggestions, but they're single suggestions. Here is how you will get your suggestion going. You type back your suggestion and you ask everybody else who would like this one to please put a yes under your comments. So you comment that you want B, somebody comment, they wrote it 20 times in their comments. And then we have another person who went and very insultively wrote it for whatever reason. I don't know what his purpose is. If you write it crazy like that, I will not put it on. So please do it decently and then ask other people, hey, if you guys like it, just put a yes under this one. The one that has the more yeses under will be the one I'll add. So I'll add one more. Maybe I'll add a few more in the next coming weeks, but at least one more for tomorrow, for Wednesday. So you will get my Wednesday session again. Since I didn't do the weekly outlook, I'll give you the Wednesday session. If you watch this and you like it and you think it's making sense to you, please share it so someone else can see it. Thank you very much. I would see all of you on Wednesday, and I will see my traders in a minute once I close the recording. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.